Hey, it's Amy from the Mindful Soul Center. Bună ziua, bonjour, bine ai venit, hello, ciao, hey, yo, welcome. I want you to know that every Wednesday you can practice yoga live with a Mindful Soul Center virtually. Want more info? Shoot me an email, hello@themindfulsoulcenter.com. And before we get started, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and give us a thumbs up. You'll get notified when new videos appear. You can also find us on Instagram and Pinterest at the Mindful Soul Center. Visit our website, themindfulsoulcenter.com. Now let's get started.
First, we can just place our hands on our knees and close our eyes. And just settle in for a moment. And this week I posted a card in the group. It's called Ordinariness. I can't even say the word properly, but we'll just say ordinary, because I can say that one. And I really like it because I think, it's like the simple things in life. Just doing our stuff every day. I mean, that's most of what our life is doing our things and walking in nature or taking our dog for a walk or doing yoga or cleaning our dishes or whatever. And all of those things are important too, just that we're present while we're doing them. So you can set an intention if you want for the practice or for the day. And I'm going to start with Om. So on the second exhale, you can join me or not, it's up to you. First exhale. Okay, so we're just open our eyes. And then we're first going to just walk our hands forward. So we're going to just, with the exhale, walk your hands forward. We're going to just warm up the body a little bit before we start to move a little more aggressively. Walk your hands back. Push up. And then we'll go to the left side. So leaning over and stretching out. Just stretch your arms out and let your head hang for a moment. You should feel this in your side, on your right side of your body. And then push up. And then we'll go to the right side now. And as we reach, you may feel this in your left upper arm, the side body. And then we'll push back up to the center. And then I want us to take our forearm and our elbow, and we're going to put it down next to our left leg. And then as we're reaching up, we're going to reach up our right arm overhead with an inhale. And you can have your, you can look up, or you can turn your face forward. Oof, I actually got a little cramp there. Okay, so we're going to we're leaning down on our elbow, and then we have our arms straight. And you can either turn your head up or look forward, or you can even look down. It's just so your neck is not cramped. We just want to keep our arm stretched to the max. Take a few deep breaths. And we're going to lift our arm up and push ourselves up. And we'll lower our arm. And then we'll put this elbow, our right elbow, on the ground. And we're going to lean over. And we're not falling over. We're not just falling into it. We're keeping our upper body kind of raised. Even though we're leaning over, we're not collapsing. That's probably the right word. Our arm is straight. You should definitely feel this in your side body, near your rib cage. And then the next inhale, we're going to lift up and lower our arm down. And then let's actually turn on our mats and we're going to lower onto our back. Our knees are going to be bent and we're going to slowly lower down. And then we're putting our heels closer to our butt. Here, we're going to do like a pelvic twist, well, not twist, a lift and release. But we're not really, before we start, I just want to explain, we're going to keep our abdomen tight, but we want to make sure that our flat part, our lower back is flat on the ground, and that maybe even your shoulder blades are kind of tucked underneath you so that you're really flat on the ground. And then, so our knees are going to stay just like this. And you can put your hands on your stomach or you can put them on the side, whichever you want. But basically, we're going to we're not going to do this. We're not going to lift and lower like this. We're just going to, we're going to like tilt our pelvis. It's probably the best way to explain. So like we're tilting it. We're like, you might feel this if you tilt back, where it's like you're down on the ground. And then we're tilting forward so that our lower back does lift off, but very slightly. It's a very slight movement. So, and then you're just gonna, it's more like a muscular movement. Like we're moving our hips and our pelvis, right? But we're not lifting off the ground the whole buttocks area. We're just kind of rolling, I would say. That's probably the best way to explain it. Just rolling back and forth. It's a very gentle, slight movement, but you still are working all of those beautiful muscles. As you're rolling your pelvis forward and back, just breathe like if you're going with one way, take an inhale and exhale. And just naturally with your breath as you move. Okay, and now we're going to you can stop now, and then we're going to lift up our right leg straight up with our foot flexed. And then we're just going to hold it. You can keep your hands on your belly or on the side, whichever side. Just stretch those muscles. Our back is on the ground. And we'll bend our knee and place our foot back down, and then we'll just switch to the other leg. So lifting up. Foot is flexed. Okay, and then we'll release and put our foot down. And then we can do both. So you can bring your knees like closer to your belly and then lift them up. and then we'll slowly lower our feet down. And then we just turn to our side so that our, and then we'll push up with our hands so we don't hurt our back. And then we're going to go onto all fours. And then no cat and cow today. And we're just going to extend our right leg and then our left leg into plank pose. And then if it's too stressful on your lower back, you can put your knees down or you can cross your feet like this. But we're just going to hold it for a couple of breaths. And your eyes of your elbows are facing forward in plank pose. And if you're not on your knees, lower your knees and then push back to child's pose for a moment. And let's just stretch out again to plank pose one more time. So right foot back, left foot back. We want to build strength in the upper body, and this is a good way to do it. And it warms us up fast, too. Okay, lower your knees if they're not yet, and then push back to child's pose. And then we're going to stretch out one last time for plank pose. So kind of roll forward, and then untuck your toes. And let's push up for downward dog. So lift your hips up, and then you're pushing your feet back. You can adjust your body, and then you can pedal your feet out. Stretching your calf muscles. Your feet are hip width distance apart. Your shoulders are away from your ears. Your hands, your index fingers are parallel to the long edge of the mat. And you should not feel much pressure in your wrists. So make sure, because you're taking the weight more in your index fingers and thumb. And your feet. Okay. Now just get to the top of your mat. You can hop, skip, or jump, or walk with straight legs until you need to bend them. And just hang your head folding over. And then we're going to slowly roll all the way up. Now we're going to do Tadasana, which is mountain pose, just to get grounded and feel even more stable. So you can, depending on how you feel, you can either have your feet hip width distance apart, or you could have your feet closer together. It's a personal preference of whatever works best for your body. If your feet are close together, then there'll be like a triangular shape from your toes to your heels. And then we're going to take our palms facing forward. You can even just roll your shoulders back. And your palms are facing outward. Your fingers are spread wide. You're looking straight forward. Maybe you could find a point of focus. So it can be something in front of you on your wall. It can even be your nose. And then our legs are straight. But let's actually, while you're looking at your point of focus, whether it's your nose or the wall or whatever it is, I want you to kind of just put your weight a little bit towards your front balls of your feet and toes. And then kind of move your weight over to the right. on the sides of your feet. And then a little bit towards the back on your heels. And then to the left. And then just lift up all your toes. Kind of spread them even. And then lower them down. Kind of grabbing the mat. And find the place. Maybe do you feel like the points of your feet you could feel, do you feel like on the edges of your feet and your heels and the balls of your feet and your toes? Or do you feel unstable at all? Try to find the part where you feel the most steady. And relax even like your butt muscles. Relax, because it can feel kind of tense in mountain pose sometimes. Try to like go through your body and just relax the muscles. Okay, put your hands at your heart, and we're gonna start with the next steps. So I'm gonna just step to the top of my mat, and then our hands are at our heart, and then we're gonna lift our arms all the way up to the top, reaching up, looking up, arching our back, and then with an exhale, slowly float all the way down to the ground. Step your right foot back, lower your knee, untuck your toes, and look up, tucking your toes, and then we're going to push this foot back up to meet the left foot. And then let's take our right foot, and then we're going to just do that too. We're going to step it back. We're going to lower our knee. We're going to look up, and then we're going to untuck our toes, like we're in that kind of runner's lunge, and we're going to kick up and step to meet our foot. And let's just slowly rise all the way up. We're going to lift our arms all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Let's step our right foot back, our left foot back. We're going to roll forward, knees, chest and chin. Inhale for cobra. Exhale your head down. Push it back up. Downward dog. This is also called mountain pose, but it's downward dog mostly. We always refer to it here. And let's step our right foot up. And then we're going to lower our left knee. Untuck our toes. Looking up. We're going to tuck our toes. And then we're going to take our left foot. We're pushing up to meet our right foot. And then we're going to slowly rise all the way up. Arms reach up, hands at our heart. This plant feels like it's obstructing me. Okay. So let's raise our arms all the way back up, looking up. Exhale all the way down. Let's step our right foot back, lower our knee, untuck our toes, look up with an inhale, tucking our toes, pushing our knee up, and then we're going to step our left foot back to meet our right foot for downward dog. We're going to roll forward, knees, chest and chin all the way down. Elbows close to the body. Inhale for cobra, looking up. Exhale our head down and pushing up to downward dog. And then we're going to step our left foot up to the top of the mat. We're going to lower our right knee, untuck our toes. Inhale, looking up. Tuck our toes, push it up. Step our left foot back to downward dog. Roll forward. Knees, chest, and chin. Inhale for cobra. Exhale our head down. And let's push it back up to downward dog. And this time, we're going to just walk up to the top of our mat again. And then slowly rise all the way up from the forward fold. Arms wide, looking up. Hands at our heart. Okay, so let's inhale our arms all the way up. Exhale all the way down. We're going to step our left foot back. Knee down. Untuck our toes. Inhale, looking up. Tuck our toes, push up our knee. We're stepping our right foot back to meet our left for downward dog. Roll forward. Knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, looking up. Exhale your head down. Push up to downward dog. And this time we'll take our right foot and we're stepping it up. Our left knee goes down. We inhale for cobra. Looking up. I'm on drugs. Tuck our toes, push our knees up. And then we're going to step our left foot up to meet our right. And then we're going to slowly rise all the way up. Deep inhale. Exhale, hands at the heart. Okay. Just a little bit more of this, and then we're going to move on to some other exciting things. So let's inhale our arms all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Step our right foot back. Knee down. Untuck your toes, inhaling, looking up. Tuck your toes. Push up your knee. Step your left foot back to meet your right. And then we're going to roll forward. Knees, chest, chin, elbows close to the body. All the way down. Inhale for cobra. Exhale your head down. And then we're pushing up to downward dog. And then we're going to step our left foot all the way up to the top of the mat. We're lowering our right knee. Untucking our toes. Inhaling and looking up. Tuck our toes, push our knee up, and then we're going to kick our back foot up to meet our front foot, and then we're going to slowly rise all the way up. Big, deep inhale, hands at the heart. One more round for the other side, and then we're going to move on. So let's inhale our arms all the way up. Exhale, float all the way down. Left foot steps back. Knee down. Untuck your toes. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, pushing your foot up. And then we're kicking our right foot back to meet our left for downward dog. And then we're rolling forward. Knees, chest and chin, all the way down. Inhale for cobra. Exhale your head down. Tuck your toes, pushing up. Downward dog. And this time we're going to step the right foot up. And we're going to lower our left knee. Untuck our toes, looking up. Tucking our toes, and then we're going to kick that back foot up to meet our front foot. And then we're going to slowly rise all the way up. Arms wide. Hands at our heart. Okay, and now the fun is beginning. So let us open our feet wide, and then actually I want you to turn them like on a 45-degree angle so that your toes are towards the corners of the long edge of your mat. And then I want you to slowly, as you're kind of holding in your belly and you're squatting down, allow your knees to point towards those corners. And then we're going to take our hands in prayer. And then I want you to lift them up over your head for goddess pose. And let's take a few breaths just holding this. And you can find a focal point, either your nose or something forward. You can even look up if you want. We're going to take a few breaths. Try to make your breath even, so your inhale is as long as your exhale. And now put your arms in the cactus arm position. And then actually we're going to do like a little movement here just for a minute. So slowly lift your arms and straighten your legs with an inhale and your hands touching together. And then we're going to slowly, with an exhale, go back to cactus arms and squatting down. And let's do an inhale all the way up slowly and steady. And exhale, lowering down. Cactus arms, your shoulder blades are touching behind you. Inhaling your arms up, slow and steady. Legs are straighter. And then we're going down, squatting our butt down. And then inhale all the way up. And then exhale again into goddess pose with the cactus arms. And now, let's extend our arms out straight. And we're going to take our right arm in front of us. Our left arm crosses in front of that one. And we're going to do the eagle arms. And now, what we're going to do is we're going to exhale and bend from the waist. So our legs are still in this position of the goddess pose where our toes are pointing towards the angle. And so if you can't do eagle arms, then you grab your shoulders. And this should feel a little bit better, I think. Kind of little relief. I'm going to take a few breaths here. This is a horse pose with eagle arms. Inhale. Exhale. And on the next inhale, I want you to slowly raise up. Woo! Release your arms, and then we can kind of heel toe in a little bit, give our legs a little break. Okay. So, of course, we have the other side to do. So, we'll just let our legs take a tiny bit more of a break, because I know that was, at least for me, it was a little intense on the legs. So, okay, so let's step out wide again. And then our toes are pointing towards the corners of the long edge of our mat. And then we're going to slowly, as we keep our belly tucked in and our tailbone tucked in, we're going to slowly lower our knees down. And then we can have our hands in prayer. And then with an inhale, lift them all the way up, looking up. And then with an exhale, bring them right to cactus arms, where our shoulder blades are touching behind us. You can look up or straight. We'll just take a few breaths here, and then we'll do a little bit of movement. But let's just do some nice, steady breaths. Okay, now let's inhale our arms all the way up and straighten our legs. And then slowly release, go back to cactus arms, lowering down with an exhale. And let's do that again, all the way up. And exhale down. And if you want, on the next, as we go up with an inhale, on this next exhale, you can do the lion's breath, which is when you open your mouth and you breathe out loud through your mouth. Inhale up. And then lion's breath. Inhale up. Legs straight. Exhale down. One last time. Inhale up. And then exhale down. And then let's extend our arms. And then this time we'll take our left arm in front. And then our right arm across the front of that. Wrap our arms or grab your shoulders, either way. Make sure your tailbone is tucked under. And with an exhale, lean over from your hips for horse pose with eagle arms. And just take a few nice, even breaths. And then on the next inhale, slowly rise all the way up. Release your arms, straighten your legs a bit, and then you can heel toe yourself back in. Okay. Now I'm going to just turn to face the short edge of the mat. And then let's raise our arms all the way up. Big inhale. And then exhale and fold forward all the way down. Now we're going to do something which I haven't done with you guys before. Maybe with Erica, I think I might have done it, but I'm not sure. But okay, so we're gonna take our right leg, and as we're keeping our hands kind of touching the ground, we're going to bend our knee. And then we're going to take our foot and push it back straight behind us. Now we don't want to keep all our weight in our fingertips. And we want to kind of straighten our left leg as much as we can. And then you can certainly put your hands down again as you try to, but what I want you to try to do is to lift one hand into prayer at your chest. And then as you feel steady, try to lift the other hand. And then, if you can, even straighten your leg a bit. And this is warrior 3. So your back foot is flexed and pushing back towards the wall. And if you feel like you're going to fall, you can just put your fingers down. And then when you feel steady enough, just try to put your hands back at prayer. Another thing you can do is put your hands out like the airplane arms. That might make you feel more balanced. And you just lower your hands down again. And then we're going to bend our knee, bringing our foot forward and place it next to our left foot. And then we'll try the other side. And we'll do it again, not immediately because we'll do a couple times though. So let's lift we're going to bend our knee, our left knee. We're kicking our foot backwards as have our face looking down. We can maybe tighten the abdomen to help us. And then you're going to take one hand and put it by your chest for prayer. And then the other, when you're ready and you feel balanced. And maybe you can even straighten your leg that you're standing on a little bit. And if you want, you can do the airplane arms. Woo. And then when you're ready, you can just lower your arms. And then we're going to bend our left knee and put it next to our right foot. And let's just fold over here for a moment. And slowly roll all the way up. Arms wide. Woo! Hands at our heart. Do a little couple of warrior 1s and 2s and then a warrior 3 again. And then we're going to do something else. So let's just go to our top of our mat. Arms all the way up. Exhale and fold over. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale your head down. Step your right foot back. And then your left foot back to downward dog. And then from here, let's lift our right leg up with an inhale. And then we're going to take our knee to our nose. Let's kick up one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Our knee to our nose again. Kick up with an inhale. And this time, let's inhale, knee to nose. But we're going to put our foot straight through. And then let's turn our back foot on an angle, or you can keep it straight, it's up to you. And we're going to lift up for warrior 1. And sometimes if you don't, warrior 1, our hips are facing forward. So the reason why I say it's up to you, because some teachers will say do it on the angle all the time, and then do it only toes sometimes. But basically, if you feel like your hips are too uncomfortable or, they're not, not that every yoga pose should feel good. You should feel challenged, but if it feels very uncomfortable, until you're able to slowly increase your angle of your foot, then you can do the toes forward. And then as you get more and more comfortable, you can do like 30 degrees, 45 degrees, and then even 90 degrees depending on your body, right? And then that way, because your hips are supposed to be forward. So you always want to make sure that you're challenging yourself, but you're doing it safely. So you can inhale your arms up. You can look up or you can look forward. And let's exhale our arms. Let's open them up and we're turning our hips to the side. So now both of my hips are facing the wall. This is warrior 2. And then we're looking towards our front fingertips. Our knee should not be splaying over to one side, but should be straight. Our upper leg and our knee is over our ankle. We're going to take 2 more deep breaths. And then we're going to flip our right palm. We're going to reverse our warrior with an inhale, leaning back. And then let's spill our hands forward around our front foot. We're turning our back foot. But this time, instead of going to downward dog, we're going to step our back foot up to meet our front foot. And then let's slowly rise all the way up, arms wide, hands at the heart. Now we'll inhale our arms up, exhaling all the way down. And we're going to do warrior 3 again. So this time, we're standing on our left foot, we're bending our right knee, where our hands are on the ground, we're pushing our heel back, our foot is flexed. Maybe you can straighten the left leg a little bit and release one hand off of the ground. Put one hand by your chest, the other hand by your chest for prayer. And maybe even straighten that standing leg a little bit more. You're looking down, you can do airplane arms where they're extended out. Now if your leg is here, anywhere it ends up, it's okay. We're working on what we can do for our own bodies. So if it's not perfectly straight or it's not exactly what you think it should be, it's okay, it will be there someday. Because we get there by practice. And lower our hands down. And then we're going to bend our right knee and bring our foot back to meet our left foot. And let's just step right back to downward dog so we can do the other side. So let's lift our left leg up. And we're going to bring our knee to our nose with an exhale. Inhale your foot back up. Knee to nose with an exhale. Third time's the charm, so inhale up. And then exhale, bringing it forward and putting it through to the center. You can turn your back foot or keep your toes forward. And then we're going to bring our arms with an inhale all the way up. Our thumbs to the back of the wall, fingers wide, knee over our ankle. You can look down and adjust your body if you need to. You can check your hips with your fingers. And then take a few deep breaths. Now let's open our arms wide, turning our body so that now our hips are facing the long edge of the mat. Our shoulder blades are pushing together behind us. And we're looking forward at our fingertips. Now on the next inhale, we're going to flip over our palm. And then we're going to reverse our warrior. Backwards. And then let's exhale our hands all the way down around our left foot. We're turning our back foot, toes forward. And then we're going to step back to downward dog. Woo! Okay, you can hop, leap, or jump to the top of your mat, or walk, get there to the top. We're folding forward, letting our body hang there. And now we're going to do warrior 3. with our left leg. We're going to bend our knee, and then we're pushing our foot straight back. Our toes are facing downward, our foot is flexed. Maybe we can straighten our front leg a little bit. And then we can take one hand and bring it to our chest for prayer. And bring our second hand. And we're ready. And then even try to straighten the other leg. Some people can naturally do it. For me, it's a challenge. And then you can do the airplane arms. And if you can't hold this, then you can just put your fingers to the ground. It's better to have your fingers to the ground and holding than not trying at all. And let's bend our left knee and bring our leg closer to our right, stepping our foot down. And then we're going to slowly roll all the way up. Arms wide, hands up top, hands at our heart. Okay, so let's just get right down on the ground and take a seat. Extend your legs in front of you. We're sitting up straight, so if you need to adjust your butt, do so. And then we're going to take a deep inhale, raising our arms up. And then we'll do a seated forward fold, reaching towards our ankles and our toes, but it doesn't matter if our hands are at our thighs or at our ankles or our toes, whatever works for your body. And again, if you want to reach further, or try to grab your toes or do something, you can always do that on the exhale. Let's slowly roll up. Then inhale. And now I want you to take your right leg and put your foot on your inner thigh. And you're just like tree pose. So if you were standing and doing tree pose, you know how, like, I know sometimes you like to do it on our calf, but here we're going to put it on the upper thigh. So this is essentially what we're doing in tree pose, except for we're sitting up here, not lying down. And then we're going to, with an inhale, look up, and then slowly lower our body over our knee for Jana Savasana, which is also known as head to knee pose. And slowly rise up. And inhale. And then we're going to switch legs. So now extending our right leg, taking our left foot and placing it on our inner thigh. And our knee is going outward, but on the ground. We're going to inhale with a deep breath. And then we're going to exhale, folding over our right leg. And you can grab your toe with your peace fingers and thumb, or you can put your hands over your foot, or you can just leave them close to your leg. Again, we're working towards challenging ourselves, but not overdoing it. And if you want to challenge yourself as you go, remember always on the exhale. And then we're slowly raising up. And then let's extend both feet. Maybe push your butt up a little bit. And then if you want to bend your knees, you can. I want you to lower down slowly and easily on your back. And then lift your feet up like your knees are bent. Grab the outer edges of your feet for baby pose. And you can stretch your legs up and down if you want to. I mean, it's not mandatory. You can roll around if you want a little bit, but just enjoy having your knees closer. You can kind of pull your feet down even so that your knees get closer to the ground. I mean, they feel like they're getting closer to the ground, but they don't. In my case, they don't look like it very much. But it's just that feeling. Now let's just turn on our side for a moment and push up. And I want you to either sit in the easy pose, which is the cross-legged position, or you can have your feet on the ground, like still cross-legged, but you can either be open or they could be closed like this, whichever one is the most comfortable. And then I want you to take both hands, and I want you to reach towards your elbows. So kind of clasp. Let me see if I can turn. I'll turn. So you're kind of grabbing onto your forearms. And then with an inhale, looking up, I want you to slowly lower from your waist. Just slowly. Inhaling and exhaling. Allow the weight of your upper body to kind of bring you down. And if your head goes to the ground, that's fine. If it doesn't, that's fine. And just take some nice deep breaths. And this is the Yoga Mudra, and it basically is, we're kind of just sealing in our practice for today. We're sealing in all that energy and life force that we created. We're just sealing it in. You can release your arms and then slowly roll up. And then you can extend your legs and lie on your back, extending your arms with your palms facing up for Savasana. Get yourself comfortable, untuck your pelvic bone so that your back is nice and flat on the ground. Maybe tuck your shoulder blades. Close your eyes and allow your face to relax. Allow all the muscles in your body to relax. Maybe scan your body from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. think Savasana is over. So when you're ready, open your eyes and slowly roll up to a seated position. I was going to end it, but then she barked, so I was like, well, I really do have to end it now. So. Okay, so let us just say to our bodies, to our minds, and to our souls, thank you for serving us today. Thank you, body, for letting our blood flow and Kiki. I should not be distracted during yoga, but this dog just makes it insane. So, thank you, body. Thank you, mind, for concentration. I didn't have a lot of that in the very beginning, actually. I had a little confusion, which you may or may not have noticed. But, anyway, I thank you for being here today, and I honor the light within you. Namaste. This dog is insane.
Thank yourself for showing up today and doing this practice. Don't forget to give yourself a kiss and a hug too. Ask me any questions in the comments. Let me know what level practices you'd like to see here and what time lengths. Join us next week live or revisit this video or try one of the other ones. You can find more resources and information at themindfulsoulcenter.com. Namaste.